What a chapter of Boku no Hero. Like, first of all, 199 chapters. Like, one, that's crazy. And I'm just like so happy for Horikoshi. Like, I started talking about this series like during chapter 8. So, damn, it's been long. It's just been over maybe 4 years? Or just under 4 years. But either way, regardless of that, like it's just crazy how time flies. It's crazy how like the popularity of Boku no Hero just exploded. Like don't get me wrong, when it started, it was always kind of like popular. But ever since like season 3 of the anime and like, well, I'd say season 2. Season 1, it picked up a lot. Season 2, like during the sports festival and all of that kind of stuff, that's when it exploded. And then freaking season 3 with All Might versus All for One, it just went over. It blew the roof. It blew away the roof. That was just like the amount of fans that came in, and it just everything imploded. And it's just like it's so awesome. I'm so happy for Horikoshi. He's doing so much stuff. Like got the anime, the movie, Two Heroes, and like it's just amazing to be a fan of Boku no Hero. Like it's a great time because like it's just gonna go. It's just gonna go increase, increase, and increase. So yeah, guys, this chapter was phenomenal because, to be honest, I love Hawks. So whenever you get Hawks in, it's amazing. But Tokoyami, like, he's such a fan favorite of the series. So like, when he comes in and when he's in the forefront of the chapter, I love it because Horikoshi's fleshing out this character. And then there's so much which is like there's so much interest into him as a character. But he's just so sweet as well. Like oh my gosh, my heart actually melted when I was reading this chapter. And it was the point when Hawks was actually carrying Tokoyami and they're like flying around the city and he's just like, Hawks, we've become one with the wind. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so sweet. That was just such an awesome moment. Just the fact that like even Hawks and them, they're so similar. Like, to be honest, Tokoyami, I've always thought about him, like, the fact that he just has a bird head and he has nothing else, like, he doesn't have wings. It's kind of cool. He's interesting. He's an interesting character. I think what kind of piqued my interest is his quirk, actually, if you think about it. Like, him, it's just really intriguing, the fact that his quirk, he's got something that he's got like this darkness within him that he can't control. It sounds like a stereotypical shonen protagonist, like, back in the day it was Ichigo and his Hollow, Naruto and the Nine-Tailed Fox. Like, we had all these kind of protagonists that they had a power within them that they couldn't control, but they're trying to learn to control it, and it's got like a will of its own and all that kind of stuff. And the fact that it's Tokoyami, he's not even the main protagonist, it just shows you how Horikoshi is willing to pour into his other cast. He's willing to pour into these characters that aren't Deku, that aren't Bakugo, that aren't All Might. And it shows you how, like, it gives us hope because there's in a series a lot of characters do a lot of readers and a lot of all the fans do love other characters than the main protagonist, and it gives me hope that the characters that you love will get time, they will get screen time, they will get panel time, and we see it with Tokoyami. So first of all, I want to talk about the fact that he can fly. I love that. It didn't really come across, like, I didn't really ever think about the fact that Tokoyami flying, because it was always like he would stand and then Dark Shadow would go and do his business. But the fact is that now that he's becoming more of the quirk, if you get what I mean. He's actually not just hiding behind Dark Shadow, he's becoming one with it. Dark Shadow, he's being cloaked within Dark Shadow, and Dark Shadow is now flying him. And it's kind of cool because it's like, so this is how he does it. So generally, Dark Shadow just floats. That's how it is all the time. And so what he does is he takes off his cape, his cloak, and kind of covers Dark Shadow, so Dark Shadow's not in the light, so that he can still function and all that kind of stuff. So while he's basically on Tokoyami's back underneath the cape, and his arms are and Dark Shadow's arms slash wings are out. So like Dark Shadow's floating slash flying, and Tokoyami's just being carried by it, which is pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. It opens up doors. It opens up so many doors because now that Tokoyami has kind of got the close combat, he's got that pattern. Now that he can fly, like, that's just made him such a more well-versed hero. It's gonna help him in the day-to-day action. Yeah, it's just gonna be freaking awesome to see just him like flying around, and then imagine he flies in, comes and does some drop kick, and then fly. Like, that's gonna be so awesome. And then like releases Dark Shadow as well. Like, it's gonna be amazing because it shows you that he was just relying on Dark Shadow. Now it's like mutualistic, kind of like they're working together. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Hawks. Hawks, he's an awesome character. I just felt like when I first saw him, especially in this chapter, because he was like the first page, I was just like, yeah, we're gonna go back to the traitor stuff. But nah, like Hawks is awesome, and the fact that he's obviously been like a traitor to us, but he's also a traitor to the League of Villains. Like he's playing the inside man. And I know a lot of people think like he is being dangerous right now. I personally think like he's gonna get caught out. I don't know if he's gonna die, but yeah, he's gonna get caught out and he's gonna be in serious trouble by the League of Villains. And it seems like, yeah, that's what it seemed like at first. He was just using Tokoyami to get in intel and that. But like he was actually saying, okay, this guy can actually let me help him, you know? And I'm just loving Hawks more of a character. More as a character, to be honest, because at first he just seemed like selfish and that, but like he's got a heart, you know, like he kind of wants to help people. And I'm really intrigued. There was a line that he said, and he was just like, "We shouldn't be confined to the ground." At first I was thinking, okay, does that got to do about him being shady and all that kind of stuff? I just think that's like his creed. Like that's what he lives by. And in fact, obviously he's a freaking bird, like he can fly. So obviously he meant it literally like that, but also like he's kind of teaching Tokoyami, don't be limited by anything. Like the fact that you can fly, also go above your limits as well. Go above those obstacles. Fly above the natural terrain, figuratively speaking as well. So yeah, I really do like how at first it seemed like Tokoyami was just being used by Hawks, but then Hawks actually started to give him a little bit, show him a little bit of tutelage, started to give him a little couple of tricks. And yeah, it was really cool. Like I just really loved the interactions between Hawks and Tokoyami. There were so many, with the flying to like when even Tokoyami was just like, "I'm not your carrier pigeon," and I was just like, that's a freaking cool line. If you guys don't know what carrier pigeon is, it's basically like a type of pigeon which are really good to be used in sending messages. But it's like, for example, like these pigeons, they were always good at coming back to their home. Like they knew where, even from long distances, they would always come back to where they were. So like you could use that as an advantage by, let's say you gave the pigeon and that person wanted to send you back a message, or put a message on that pigeon and the pigeon can kind of come back. So like that's kind of what Tokoyami thought he was being used for at first. So maybe that kind of plays into a little bit of overthinking, or maybe he was just anxious, because I feel like Tokoyami, he's not confident in himself, or at the start he wasn't. So yeah, it's kind of cool how he's kind of building up confidence. He's kind of knowing what to do now, and he's becoming more confident in himself, because at the start, like in the sports festival, when Bakugo basically immobilized freaking Dark Shadow, and even in the summer camp, actually, like you could tell that he was just like hiding just behind Dark Shadow. He couldn't do anything of himself, but now he's actually growing. And speaking of growing, Momo, like how awesome is Momo in this chapter? Momo's saying like, "Oh, there's nothing I haven't planned for. I'm ready for any circumstance." And like, even though that she was giving out orders to Aoyama and Tokoyami, like that was awesome. Let's go back 50, 60, 70 chapters. That wasn't what Momo could be doing. Let's go back like last season, season 2 of the anime. Momo wasn't doing that. So like it's really amazing how she's actually growing. She was taking Aizawa's advice, even Todoroki's. She's believing in herself. But yeah, I do find that kind of funny. She's just like, "I've got a plan for everything," and then like a mushroom grows on her nose and she's like, "Nani?" So like it's kind of hilarious to see that. And I'm really intrigued by what's the quirk. I don't know. Like guys, tell me what you think the mushroom's quirk is. I feel like it's gonna do something with like paralysis, or like she puts you in a daze or something like that. Like, I don't know. Maybe like these mushrooms will grow on you, and as they cover your body, like you can't move or something like that. But yeah, guys, that's enough for me. Please tell me your thoughts in the comments below, what you thought about this chapter. Chapter 200. Like that's next week. That's actually crazy. So yeah, if you're new, subscribe to my channel for all things Boku no Hero Academia and other things to come. Click that bell icon to be notified as well when new videos drop. So I'm going to say peace out and goodbye.